Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha, Kodash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone to rule well. Peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, this is going to be a quick hit dealing with the spiritual mark because it's on my spirit to bring it out for rebuke, just and in general for edification. All right, so this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which are before the house. All right, now this mark, as you can see, is something that is given to people to protect them, or to basically, be as a sign to these men, to leave them alone, to not hurt them. Okay? And this is going into a spiritual mark. All right, the word there for mark in the Hebrew, let me close this real quick. In the Hebrew, it's H8420, 8420. All right, and it says T.R.O.Y. All right, T.R.O.Y, which means mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Okay, now who's going to be exempt from judgment? The 144,000 and the 1/3. All right, those that are, have woke up to the fact that they're Israelites and repented and are striving in the ministry, doing what they're supposed to be doing, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, teaching the true doctrine, teaching the names, worshiping those, those names and not false names like Jesus Christ, which is a false God. All right. So let's head back to the scriptures. So this mark is going to be set upon specific people, okay, which is the elect. And it said right here, upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So these men, are going to be sighing and crying. Basically, they're going to be vexed. All right, they're going to be irritated. They're going to be aggravated. They're going to be very upset and angry with the wickedness that's going on. Okay, which is what leads us into this 2 Peter chapter 2. Let's start at verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. All right, now according to verse 8, we see right here, it says, For that the righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. Let's look at the word there in the Greek for vexed. Go to 2 Peter 2, verse 8.
Strong's G 928. Basanidzo. All
right. It says to be harassed, distressed, vex. So it's not really, let me look up the definition. I was hoping to get more meat out of that, but it's all right. Vexed. It says of a problem or issue difficult and much debated, problematic. Here, this right here. This is what it means by vexed. Angry, frustrated, or worried. Synonyms: annoyed, irritated, angry, irate, furious, incensed, inflamed, enraged, infuriated, maddened, fuming, wrathful. All right, you get the point. Choleric, basically annoyed, all right, upset, angry, okay? And I can actually get this scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So we're in oppression. We're being oppressed. All right, we're still in slavery to this day, as it says in Baruch. We are yet to stay in our captivity. All right, let me get that real quick. But being vexed is going into, you waking up to the truth and you seeing that these people are, our people, the Israelites, eating pork, committing adultery, eating shrimp, stealing, murdering their brethren. And that vexes you, man. Seeing homosexuals, seeing transgenders, seeing people blaspheme the names Yahweh and Yahushai. These things vex you. All right, this is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our God. All right, and if you can perceive it, we're our fathers. All right, not our literal flesh father himself, because it goes up generations, but reincarnation is in the scriptures. All right. Verse 9, hear Israel the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. Okay, so this mark that is talking about in Ezekiel 9:4 is set upon these men that have disconnected from the world, in a spiritual sense, and repented and came back to Yahweh Yahushai. All right, that hearken unto the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His Son Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, Hamashiach. So, which means Ha means the, Mashiach means anointed. All right. This is Revelations chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. All right, which that represents destruction, okay? And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. In their foreheads, all right? That's a metaphor, as in their mind, in their brain, all right? Meaning by them getting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, okay? Because people that are in the world, people that don't hearken unto Yahweh Yahushai, they're not going to receive that mark. This is not a physical mark, okay? This represents the true doctrine, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is all about predestination, because there have been people that have came into the truth and they fell out. All right, this mark is set upon the men that are good, that are set up to endure to the end, and they're going to have faith unto the end. All right, as it says in Revelations 2:10, be faithful unto death. Okay, so notice how it says, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads by giving them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, let's go to Baruch 4. Salaki. Well, first let me get Revelations, since I said it. Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right? So we ought to be faithful unto death, regardless of if we get thrown in a FEMA camp, if we get tortured, if we're about to get beheaded, if we're about to get shot, if we haven't eaten in days, if we didn't drink water in days, if we don't have a roof over our head, in Jacob's trouble, catching hell, we have to be faithful unto death. And first, let me get this also. This is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Now, why is that? Because we're scattered among all nations, right? There's a lot of precepts in that. All right, type in scattered amongst, or scattered among the heathen, or, scattered. There's so many precepts dealing with that. All right. So why is it going to be preached on all nations? Because we're in all nations. Okay. And every Israelite is going to bear witness to the truth at least once. They're going to see the men of Yahweh Yahushai, which is the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders on down, to those teaching the true doctrine. They're going to see them on the highways and byways, or they're going to see a YouTube video, or they're going to get the website or a flyer or a text message from somebody that knows the truth. And that's where it's a make or break moment. Okay? So this word is getting preached all over the planet, mainly through the internet, right? Now, if somebody sees this and they're of the elect, they're going to, let's say somebody's in Taiwan, right? And they're of the elect. They see this YouTube video. Maybe they see this brother from New York, something, GMS New York, and they see it and they hearken onto it. They're of the elect, because it's already predestined. And they see it and they hearken onto it. They just got sealed, okay? They just got sealed. Now, according to Revelation 7, when the elect are sealed, when all the members of the elect have that seal upon their heads, they're going to be good to go. All right? They're going to be good to go. All right? They're going to be protected. They're going to have that hedge around them, so to speak. And everybody else is going to be getting, for lack of better terms, just utterly destroyed. Okay? Let me go to Baruch 4:37. Lo, thy sons come whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the rejoicing of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. All right, and that's mainly happening by the internet. They're hearing this true doctrine and they're being sealed. Okay? With the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, it is not a physical mark. All right, the mark in Revelations 13, the mark of the beast, that is the microchip implant. That is a physical mark. Okay? The mark in Ezekiel 9:4 is a spiritual thing representing the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the elect that are predestined from the beginning to be saved, to be the righteous branch, that righteous plant, or that grape out of the cluster, that remnant. They're going to be sealed when they hear the truth. All right, and they're going to be protected. The way I like to put it is, if you've ever played Assassin's Creed, there's this thing called Eagle Vision. Now, when you press Eagle Vision and you see civilians are in gray, and you're not supposed to kill civilians, so you don't do it. But your enemies are in red, okay? Now, imagine that for the angels. They see everybody in red, right? But the people that have that mark are in gray, so they know not to kill them, all right? That's basically what it is. Okay, to an extent, if you can receive it. It's just an analogy, but nonetheless, all right, the point remains. So people are waking up all over the planet, mainly in Babylon, because this is the capital of the planet of wickedness. All right, but this is Matthew 24:31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right, now this is, after Jacob's trouble. Now this is when the nuclear missiles are going to be shot off. That's when the elect are going to be gathered. Scriptures say scarcely. Now, how did these people get through Jacob's trouble? How did they survive through all the perils and destruction and the pestilence, the wars, the cannibalism, all these terrible things, a nightmare come true? How did they survive through all that? Because they had Yahweh and Yahushai, right? Because Yahweh and Yahushai were with that, that person, and they put a mark on them, so they would have a hedge of protection, basically like a spiritual force field. Okay? Let me get that scripture on scarcely. This is 1 Peter 4:18. Well, 17. I'll start at verse 17. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? So, if it's going to start in Israel, and the righteous are going to scarcely, well, I'm going to read it. Verse 18, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Okay, so if you don't hearken unto Yahweh Yahushai, first of all, the righteous, they're going to be scarcely saved, meaning like the last second. They're going to be tested to the very, very last millisecond, man. Basically, to put it in a metaphor. And it's basically saying, so if the elect get beamed up just in time, where the 2/3 are going to get beamed up? They're not. They're going to get destroyed. Okay? Because here's the thing. If you're of the elect, or if you're a 2/3, when you hear this truth, you're either marked with that mark in Ezekiel 9:4, and you're sealed, or you're condemned for death. Right? You're condemned for death, which we say marked for destruction, even though that's not, basically either you get a check mark or an X, all right, so to speak. Okay? Now, it doesn't, literally talk about getting marked for death per se. As far as I know, there may be scriptures on it. That's just the term we use because you get one chance, You get a letter, because remember, we're just messengers, man. So Yahweh Yahushai sends us, we deliver a message to you. Either you accept the message, you do what it says, or you throw it in the trash. And if you throw it in the trash, you're going to be destroyed. If you hearken unto it, you're going to be delivered. All right? It's simple, but yet it's as simple as that, but also very complex. All right? It's very complex. All right? But it's all about predestination. Okay, so you're not, literally necessarily marked for death, but since you don't have that mark exemption from judgment, the word there, T.R.O.Y, being a spiritual mark from Ezekiel 9:4, if you don't have that, you're going to be destroyed. Okay? And more than likely, if you don't have that spiritual mark, T.R.O.Y, exemption from judgment, then you're going to take the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, and you're going to be destroyed. Okay? Let me get Revelations 9:4, which I actually didn't know about this precept, because I actually, when I was rebuking a brother dealing with this, and he posted this precept, and it's a very good precept, and I want the brother to understand what this is really talking about, the spiritual mark. All right, that it's not a physical mark. Now, am I making this video just for him? No. It's on my spirit to make this video in general, but it just for edification, but also for rebuke. Okay, it's a spiritual mark. The mark of the beast is a physical mark, though. That is a physical mark, which is the microchip. Okay, but the mark in Ezekiel 9:4 is not a literal mark that's going to be on your forehead. It's not something that somebody would just be able to see, like straight up, like some typical carnal person. You see, they're not just going to, they'll be able to see that you're protected, but I'm saying they're not going to literally see like some sort of, golden or blue, purple, or whatever mark on your forehead, or, it's a spiritual thing. Okay, but they're going to see that something's different about you. They're going to see that you're protected and all that, but I'm saying they're not literally going to see a symbol on your forehead. All right, that's not what it's talking about. That's why it said in your forehead. If something's in your forehead, how can you see it from the outside? It's a spiritual thing. All right. Basically, the angels, another analogy you can use is the angels have, what is it called? It's kind of like a thermal, where they can see heat signatures, like a thermal binoculars or something. And everybody that has that mark doesn't have heat signature. They're not showing up, They're basically invisible to those goggles or those binoculars, if you get what I'm saying. All right? So it's Revelation 9:4. So, that would Yahweh Yahushai first and foremost for giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But Yahweh Yahushai writes that this is edifying to that brother and to anybody else that needs edification on it, or, needs to get rebuked dealing with it. Okay, the mark of the beast is the microchip, and the mark in Ezekiel 9:4 is a spiritual thing. Okay, it is a literal thing to an extent, because it's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, the true doctrine, the names, everything that comes with it, the whole bundle pack. Okay, but it's not literally a physical mark on your skin. Okay, because that would be going into, if you're talking about a physical mark like on your skin, that would be going into the mark of the beast, which is the microchip implant. All right, so this is Revelation 9:4. And it was commanded them that they should not, so let me start over. Revelation 9:4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh in their foreheads. Right. Okay? Right. So everybody else is free game. Everybody else is going to get killed. All right? Everybody else it's open season for everybody else. All right? But those men that have it, they're going to be protected. All right, so Lord willing, this is edifying in the elect. You know, Yahweh, Yahushua, this was edifying in the elect. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of Rule Well, who I believe to be the true men of Yahweh, Yahushua, set up to teach us the true doctrine and guide us through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahushua. Peace and blessing, salutations to the hopefully elect of Israel. Shalom.